morning, everybody. My name is Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. This is 9 o'clock at night. I wanted to talk about my day, so I had to wait till the end of the day to do that. So I'm a little bit out of breath, and my dyskinesia is bad right now. My 8 o'clock pills did not work. My 10 o'clock are overnight pills, and I'm sure they will. So I'm going to look forward to 10 o'clock and go to bed. I just want to tell you what I did today. I did finish my bedroom. Oh, I felt so good getting that finished. Did finish the bedroom. Claudine's helping me work on a craft that we're working on. I'm not doing much. She's doing most of it, and I hope she's having fun because she does love crafting and doesn't do much of it. So I hope she's having fun doing it. And what else to do? I made a pot of pea soup. A big pot. And I'm going to freeze up the leftovers. I asked Cal if he wanted a bowl, but they have lots of soup in the freezer. Claudine asked Ivy and Cole, and they took a bowl. And I'm going to give a bowl to Jody because she lent me the soup pot. And then I'm going to freeze up the rest of the pea soup, which will be good. I'm going to do that tonight. And so that will be very good. And other than that, I just puttered around. There was something came from Amazon. What was it? I don't think it was for me. I think it might have been for Ivy. No, it was for Bill. No, it wasn't for Bill. Bill, what did we get from Amazon today? Oh, he might have even gone to bed. You didn't hear me. All right, so I won't worry about it. Got something from Amazon. Something I wasn't supposed to get today, but I did. So anyway, then what did I do? Okay. Now I know this is what I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about facing reality. I am needing to face reality, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. Matter of fact, I'm doing a terrible job of it. And unfortunately, my family is sort of struggling along to deal with me. I don't mean to be like this. I really don't. I'm trying my best to not be like this. But there's something screwed up in my brain. When I think I know something, for example, doing my bedroom, I knew the layout of it was hooey-cadooey. I knew that. But I was trying to make it work because I have to have a lot of extra things in there. I have my laundry basket, which is loose. I have a small closet, but it has lots of organizational shelves in it. I have 2 twin beds, which have 8 bed rails on it. Everybody said you don't need 8 bed rails. 4 on each bed, which leaves the open middle part of the bed to get in or out either side. But I actually did need that because my blankets kept falling off and I was freezing at night. So I did need that. So we bought them ourselves, or bought them from Marketplace, and we put the bed rails on. Then I have a bedside table, which is a marble table that has shelvings on it, and Bill has the same table on his side. His bed's up against a wall in a corner, but mine kind of doubles up. Like his is here, and mine kind of covers up the last little bit of his and goes in here, but it's not, they're not like this, they're like this. So my bed is actually kind of only covered by his bed and then 3 open sides. So I had it in my mind that I was going to put a bed rail on the top to hold my pillows, because the first night I tried it, the pillows fell off. So I thought, well, I will try it, and I'll put one of the bed rails. I wasn't buying a new bed rail, but I thought I'd take one of the bed rails that was on the corner, the corner that butted up together. Bill had one and I had one, so I thought I would take one of those and put it at the head. Which, when Colleen and Ashley were over yesterday, I asked Cal if he would do it, and he said, of course. So I'm just going to pick something off of the floor here. It's driving me crazy. So anyway, he came over and did the bed rail for me, or the bed rails. I think I had 2 moved or something. But what I didn't realize was he told me that the head bed rail was going to be a problem, but I didn't understand what he meant by a problem. So anyway, he changed them all, put the head rail on, and then when I went in after he'd gone home, I noticed that the head part of the bed the bed rails are an M rail, so they up above the bed it has an M, and then goes down, and then between the mattress and the box spring, they have straps that go through, and you strap it on, and it stays in place. Well, when I tried to have Bill or Cal put the headboard on, I already had 2 M rails on each side, so the headboard rail went on top of them. So there was bed rails like this, and then there was bed rails on top of it like this. Well, you can't sleep like that because your mattress is like a big lump at that spot. So I couldn't sleep like that. So I knew, Claudine told me it was wrong. And she said, you're going to have to change that, Mom. And now Cal's, he's already done it, and you've already changed, and because I went and changed it. Like, I changed it how I wanted it. And Mickey Moused a couple of things together, and my favorite saying is, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Well, I figured it out all right. And I put it together all wrong. And I had Bill, who is not well and is tired and doesn't have the strength, and I had Bill help me, and it's a heavy mattress, and I just couldn't see why he couldn't help, and I just couldn't see why it wasn't going to work, and I was just being stubborn, and Claudine said, it's not going to work, you shouldn't do this. And then she went out to play cards in the garage with the girls, and what did I do? Got back on it. Couldn't stop myself. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, couldn't stop myself, and I changed all the bed rails around, and I said to her when she came in, I said, you can't tell me what I do with my bedroom. You can't tell me that. I get to pick that. I mean, I'm participating in the rent here, and I should be able to do what I want. And she says, Mom, it doesn't work. Like, you can do whatever you want with your bedroom, but you can't make it if it's not going to work. And I'm just going to show you something here, because this is what happens when my dyskinesia comes on really bad. I'm going to stop for a minute and come back. I just want to show you so you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, here it goes. I have to stop and come back because this is the camera that doesn't switch over. Okay, let me stop it. Oh, hang on. All right. Having a bad day here. Okay. All right. Is that a photo? No, that's a video. Okay, good. The video's on. Okay, you're going to sort of get my shadow, but I've got you. This is the back of my wheelchair. This is my foot, my left foot. And I'm in a frozen condition right now with dyskinesia on top of it. So I'm moving around incredibly a lot right now, but my body is not allowing me to do things. So I'll bring this foot up onto this chair, and this body, I have no control over that. That is taking my leg all the way. Let's see if I can bring it around. All right. I don't know if you can see this because I can't turn the... Okay, I'll go the other way because this... Okay, let me come this way. All right, let me... I hope I don't get my fingers. Okay, I'm bringing it around. Go. Okay. I had to get Claudine to come in. Bill and I tried to film this, but we weren't successful. So I'm just going to show you. This is a combination of freezing and dyskinesia at one time. I have dyskinesia and I'm moving all over the place, but my feet are freezing. So this is my movement. When I put my foot beside my foot, it on its own starts to cross over, and will cross over here. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to be filming the rest of this film, but my legs will be crossed like this. And I'm hoping that this isn't going to last very long because it's very hard to go to bed. Very seldom does this happen where it's dyskinesia at the same time as freezing. They seem to be counterintuitive. So I thought I would show it to you. And now I'm going to go back to where I was because I had to turn the camera around. All right. Thank you. I went away for what should have been a few minutes. It's now 10:16. I was trying to film this and couldn't do it because of the situation I was in. Bill came down to try to film it for me, and I wasn't giving good enough instructions. He didn't know what I was talking about. So I had to wait for Claudine to come in. So she came in and she filmed it for me. So it's very unusual to have both the freezing and the dyskinesia at the same time. So I'm not a happy camper right now, but that's where I'm at. So anyway, now I'm going to talk about what I was trying to talk about. How I'm sometimes not very reasonable. And so I think I mentioned that the bed rails, I said I had to change them. And I knew when I got into bed last night that Claudine was right. I wouldn't admit it. I knew she was right, and I knew in the middle of the night that she was right, because in the middle of the night I can no longer get up at nighttime, so I have to wear adult diapers in the nighttime, which is not fun, and I have to get Bill up to help me change them. I do have a commode in my room, and I can use the commode up till about 2:30, and then from about 6 I can use it, but right in the middle of the night I can't, and he has to get up and help me. And I knew when I was laying in the bed that where I had moved the bed rails, I didn't have, you need a bed rail on each side to kind of pull on, and I didn't have that. So I had to admit to Claudine that I had done wrong, and that I needed to put those bed rails back. And then she said, well, I'll get Cal to come back and help. And I thought, oh, now I've involved another person. But he gracefully came back and did help. He only had a few minutes that next day, as today. But he did come back and he changed the things around. But before he got here, she was trying to tell me that I couldn't change one of the bed rails on Bill's bed, that I should leave it where it is because it was working for him. And I said, well, I'm trying to give him more room than what he has. And she wasn't listening to me, and I wasn't listening to her. And we had words, and I felt very bad. And part of me feels like nobody listens to me. And part of me feels like I know they're all right. And so I have to face the reality of I have to listen to them. I can't just do it all my own. I also have to know that some things I'm allowed to do, some things I'm not. When I made the soup today, she had to cut the vegetables. I realized that because I couldn't hold the knife. So I'm very limited on what I can do now. And it's really bothering me that I can't do these things. But I can't take it out on them. All right, my foot is really bothering me here. All right, so I can't take it out on them. I have to just accept it. And my personality is changing. I'm not being as nice. I'm trying to be. I really am. I'm trying not to be unreasonable. But somehow I'm not doing a very good job, and I'm trying very hard. But that being that, I'm going to face the reality. I'm going to accept that I can't do certain things. I'm going to accept that they aren't going to let me get into any trouble. I have to live with them telling me things for my own safety. And I know that, and I will start to do that. I will try to start to do that. I don't like this not being able to control myself. I'm a control freak for everybody else. And here I am, needing to be controlled. Anyway, my brother's coming out in 4 days. He's coming out on Thursday. And I can't wait for him to come out. But I don't want him to see me like this. I want to be a little more under control. So I'm going to have to practice for 4 days. Being nice. I'm generally a nice person. But things have changed in my brain, and so I'm having a little bit tougher time. Anyway, that's enough of me moaning and groaning. I'm going to put my happy hat on, and I'm going to try and do the lounge area tomorrow. No, start the lounge area tomorrow. That's where my brother's going to sleep, and that's where Bill's hanging out with his television and his computer. And I brought the craft stuff down here, and we're going to make a little area here for crafting. I look forward to that. And I love watching Claudine do these things. So just know that she's crafting away and having a good time. All right, I got to go do something about my foot. So I'm going to say good night for now, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Good night. Okay, oh, here. Put it up. No, put it up here. Oh, near. Okay.